Hi everybody, here's Krystian from TeamworkCast.
And this is Putty, or Nick, from TeamworkCast.
And this is Netrunner with TeamworkCast. We have another game from Würfelkiste in Aachen from a store championship. A very, very exciting tournament. 19 people participated in this, and Würfelkiste is a really excellent store. I fell in love with Würfelkiste. I'm really saddened that I don't live in Aachen. I have to drive all the way from Cologne there, so I can't be there every day because it's so great.
How far of a drive is it?
Oh, it's 1 hour away.
Oh, that's pretty far.
Yeah, it's too far to do it on a regular basis. Yes. So let us continue. This is the second game from the first round against Alex. This time we're switched sides, and I'm playing the runner, and he plays the corporation. So let us see how this went.
I really like this this setup.
Yes, I am playing a real kid peddler. Her ability is that the first ice she encounters every turn is a code gate, and he is playing NBN Making News Corporation that has increased traces, or easier traces because they have money for traces.
Ah, so whereas traces and tagging didn't matter much last time, they're going to matter a lot now.
Maybe he kind of uses a deck very similar to the previous game where I was the runner, where it's basically fast advance, NBN fast advance, very popular deck right now. He starts his game by getting some money, and is it getting money? He installs two things at least.
Yeah.
And I'm making a run on his hand, and it is a Viper. And that Viper has two traces. One trace makes me lose a click, which something that will happen, and another trace will end the run. So I'm losing a click, and the run is over.
Oh man, I think that you just got owned.
No, I mean that's kind of like what you do when the game begins. You make run on every unrest ice to force the corporation to rest that ice. So now I can make the run on R&D, and he doesn't have the money to rest that ice, and I get to see a card, but it is not an agenda. It could have been agenda.
It could have been.
I'm giving myself a chance to get an agenda. And with my final click, I'm playing Daily Casts economy card. I will get 2 or 3, I think 2 credits every turn, yes. It loads up with 8 credits, and at the beginning of my turn, I will get 2 credits from there. So it's basically a little bit of like a small Adonis campaign for the runner.
Monies! You can't do anything if you don't got the monies.
Oh, indeed, especially as a runner. As both of them. Alex installs a second ice on his R&D, and he gets monies.
I like his unprotected thing out there. Please.
Oh, yes. He also
this could be an agenda.
He installs something unprotected as well. And I'm stupid because I'm not running it. This game is going to be entitled all the things that you shouldn't be doing as a runner.
Well, I'm sure that Reddit will find this fascinating.
Oh, this will be fascinating for Reddit indeed. Yes, but it is one. I don't know. It's maybe like my 4th game with this deck. I'm like very, very inexperienced. I'm making a run on his R&D, and it is a pop-up window. Code gate that requires you to pay 1 money in order to get through it. And I'm getting through it, and I see another pop-up window in his deck. So there's a lot more of those. There's a lot more of those where this came from. And I'm drawing a card. And I'm installing quite a weird card. It's called Parisia. He isn't familiar with it. Alex isn't familiar with it either. But it basically gives me 2 credits to trash things, which is quite useful. And I end up not using it at any time in this game. I should have. Yes. So I'm finished with my turn. And then he kind of has to think what he will do.
I really like that this is NBN is basically my ISP, Comcast.
Oh, they have a bad interconnection. So he installs and reses Jackson Howard, and he gets 2 cards with Jackson Howard. And then he uses Beanstalk Realities to get more monies.
It seems like this guy is far more comfortable playing Corporation than he is Runner.
No, well, he has a very well-oiled deck, as we will see in a second. I'm playing Daily Cast, a Short Gamble to get more monies. I'm pretty well stocked as a runner right now. I should start spending this money for something
Where's
useful.
your dinosaur? Why isn't your dinosaur out?
I don't know. I'm waiting as well. But I could have used all this money to trash Jackson Howard, for example, and not doing it. Why am I not doing this? This is so stupid. Or to see what this other card is. Well, I'm doing something smart as well. I'm installing R&D interface, which lets me access more cards if I do a run on R&D. And
very good.
so I will, and then I do a run on R&D, but he raises a Bastion, which stops me dead. Because I don't have any code breakers out at this moment.
So this is still the same deck that you played originally, right? With the dinosaur and all of the code breakers and things like that?
Yes.
Okay.
So my goal here is to get out the Dinosaurus console and put a Yogg in there. And then that will allow me to break all those code gate ices that my identity card basically creates. Yes. So he installs ice in front of the mystery card that he played in the first round or second round. I haven't had an opportunity to check what it is. What do you think it is, Nick?
What? Oh, in the where he's now protected in ice?
Well,
I think it was an agenda.
Nah. He would have scored it if it was an agenda.
Or it's not? Does NBN do
like traps?
Yeah.
Nah, usually not. I'm getting daily casts.
I think it's a Melange Mining Corp.
That could be, but he probably would have used it if it was one. And I'm using test run to get out a code breaker because it's time for me to get a code breaker. There's ice stopping me on R&D, and I need a code breaker for this. And I'm stupid enough to get a Yogg. It's kind of like a reflex for me, you know. I need a Yogg to build my Yoggsaurus.
Kids, don't do this at home.
So I should have gotten my barrier icebreakers to get through Bastion, but I get a Yogg, which gets me through code gates. And I think I will be smart. I think I will try something smart with it. So this was my first click. I'm getting the Yogg out with a test run. I get this codebreaker for free, but I will have to discard it later on. And I'm using Tinkering on the Bastion, which turns it into a code gate. And I make a run on this.
Yeah, and you have to use Yogg twice, right?
No, Tinkering turns an ice into a code gate. So I can use Yogg to break it. Could use the code to break it if Yogg was powerful enough, but I realized too late that Yogg is actually strength 3 and Bastion is strength 4.
Oh no!
So my entire plan falls apart right there. This is I don't know what I was thinking about when I did this. Clearly, there was not enough thinking going on.
Your R&D couldn't understand what the archives was saying.
Well, the thing is, I usually expect Yogg to be inside Dinosaurus, so I thought I had strength 5, but the naked Yogg without Dinosaurus is just strength 3, and that's why I get stopped by the Bastion. Again, probably should have taken Barrier Icebreaker to get through Bastion, and I get through the code gate out on outside anyway, because I can just click through it or pay money to get through it. Yes. So he installs more ice on this one server, this one special mystery server. We still don't know what it is.
I want to know what it is.
So I'm using modded to get my Yogg out cheaper, because now I drew it from the top of my deck, and now I can install it for realsies. And it's still useless as it was before. No, I'm actually using it. I'm running the mystery server, and there is another pop-up window on the outside. I'm getting through this, and there is another barrier on the inside. This one is an ice barrier.
And then the run ends.
The run ends, but if I used tinkering on this one, I could have gone in there. Or if I made a run before there was ice in there, I could have seen what it is.
Now, why aren't you running on his hand?
Yeah, I could have done that as well. That's true. So it is a Sensen inside, and then he puts an agenda there, and scores is right there. Project Beal.
Ah, Jessica Biel, right there.
Jessica Biel. So I continue doing silly stuff. I get money from Armitage, or I install Armitage code busting to get money from it later on at some point maybe. Money is never bad because I'm very low on money after all these shenanigans that I've been doing.
I really want to see you play a game where you get your dinosaur out.
Yeah. I got the dinosaurs out quite a lot of times, but sadly I haven't recorded most of those games for some reason. Alright, so I see my hands. In my hand there is a dinosaur, but now of course already Yogg is out. So I would have to do something tricky stuff to get the Yogg inside a dinosaur. I'm getting money, and it's his turn. Alex is playing fast because he thinks he might win before the time is over, because this is still the first round. He gets money. He just
so much money, my son.
Discards a card. I guess he drew a lot of cards with Jackson Howard, and discards 2 cards. Alright, and then it's my turn. I'm getting money from Armitage. That's my
You
first
should be
click.
running on his hand. Run on his hand.
I should be running on its hand. All the things I'm not doing.
The internet's gonna be so mad at you about.
Oh man, I should be trashing that Sensen as well. I should have already trashed Sensen. Or I should have trashed Jackson Howard. I mean, I have a card out there that makes trashing more cheaper, right? So I probably should be using that card, but I'm not using it. Instead, I'm getting out my dinosaur.
Yeah, dinosaur!
Well invested money, and I'm completely broken now. And of course, the dinosaur is useless because there is nothing installed inside the dinosaur. But never mind, I got the dinosaur. The cards of the combo are at least on the table, right?
Oh, dinosaur.
And I'm thinking what to do with my remaining clicks. I have 4 clicks every turn. And the third click is I'm probably going to do a run. I'm going to do a silly run on somewhere.
I wish that I had a dinosaur that was a computer.
Oh, look at me. I was smart. I think I ran on Jackson Howard, and he used Jackson Howard.
Oh, that's good.
Or maybe I did a run on Archives, I'm not sure. At least, anyway, Jackson Howard is off the table. He used Jackson Howard to shuffle his Archives, or a couple of cards from his Archives, into his deck. And then he installs something in the server and scores it again. It is an AstroScript program.
Oh, man.
So he's at 4 points at this point, and I am at 0. Not doing so well at this point. He has a very well protected server. I cannot get into his advancement server at this point. He has an AstroScript program and a Sensen, so he can advance like hell.
No kidding. That AstroScript pilot program is kind of interesting because you basically put an advancement token on it, right?
Yes, and then you can use this at any point. You can use this and put it in somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which doesn't cost you a click, so you can advance something very quickly with that. I'm installing modded on my Yoggs to make my Yoggs slightly stronger. Now I can. The Yogg is at least strong enough to get through Bastion. But of course, this comes way too long. I'm getting a card from his hand, but I'm not understanding what it is. It takes me some time to read it.
So, do you guys play with German cards, or do you play with English cards?
It is mixed. I'm using English cards because I like the English cards. And I also don't want to have any confusion in the translation, because sometimes they translate those cards in a faulty way.
Oh, okay.
I'm not exactly sure what cards he's playing, but I've seen opponents doing both. So he scores another agenda. This time it is what is the agenda called again? It gives you tags.
I can't remember.
Breaking news or something.
I think so.
Breaking news. Might be breaking news. I am playing a same old thing, which allows me to play things from my archives if I could. There are some things in my archives which I can use, but it costs me 2 clicks to play those, so it's kind of like expensive.
It is breaking news. It's a 2-cost agenda.
2-point agenda, 2-cost agenda, 1-point agenda. So he's at 5 points, and I am at 0 still. I'm using Escher, surprisingly. So
MC Escher.
So Escher basically means I'm running on his hand, but instead of accessing his cards, I get to rearrange the ice. But I cannot. The number of ice in front of each server has to remain the same, so I cannot remove the ice from a server. I just can rearrange it. So I'm kind of trying to rearrange the ice in a way so that I can do both his advancement server and his R&D very easily. I still want to do actually the R&D runs, so I put both.
So he basically wins here, right?
But he just wins. Yeah, he just continues and wins the game. It took me too long time to get out. So that's okay. That was what we call, ladies and gentlemen, NVN Fast Advance.
What did we learn from this game? What did we learn?
So many things that went wrong there. So many things that went wrong for me. We learned that you should probably trash Jackson Hart as soon as you can, and you probably should trash any Sand as soon as you can, because if a Sand is out, then Corporation is going to be winning very, very soon.
And you should always be running on a place where you will have success.
That as well. And you should also make sure that you can actually hack through the ice before you start spending cards on getting to a certain ice. Something I haven't been paying attention to. Yes, so there was going to be more games coming up from this excellent tournament. I hope you will join us next time around. Until then, hack the planet!
Hack the planet! Shut up and get
Hack it.
Shit on me.
Just hack it, man. Just hack it. Just hack it. Just do it, man.
Just don't stop.